This ammo nearly ruined my hunt. In this video, I'm going to explain what happened in the field, how I troubleshot it back at the range, and then my solution so moving forward it won't happen to me again. I'm Kyle, and this is Wicked Alaska. I was on a fly-in trip to goat hunt, and I was pretty confident in my shot. Before we went out on this hunt, we made sure the rifle was shooting well, and we actually went to a long-range location where I was hitting plates out at 750 yards. What shooting at long range does for you is it gives you confidence at those shorter ranges. After a couple days in the field, we found a billy, I settled in, and I took a shot. And I felt like that shot was a really accurate one. It felt smooth, didn't feel like I pulled or jerked or did any weird thing with the trigger squeeze. And the round landed high. When you miss a shot, the first thing that goes through your mind is that you had made a mistake. And how to recover from that is you rack another round and hopefully you have an opportunity to pull another one off. In this particular case, when I went to rack the second round, the first round was not ejecting. And so I knew something was going on with my rifle. I'm now sitting watching this billy goat stand there broadside, waiting for my second round, and I can't get the first round out of the chamber. We even got as crazy as caveman smashing the buttstock into the ground and hoping that some inertial force or momentum of the gun would pop the round out of the chamber. I pulled the trigger to see if I could dislodge the round a little bit with the firing pin. That didn't work. This is a tough situation. This is a fly-in hunt. We put a lot of effort into getting this opportunity. The billy is still in an area that is a shootable location, and we don't have a serviceable rifle to take a shot. So we end up having to go back to our tents and troubleshoot and figure out what we can do. It seemed like the only thing that we could get the round out of the chamber with is a cleaning rod, and we didn't have a cleaning rod with us. Luckily, we were able to get some air support, and a plane flew over the next morning and threw us a cleaning rod, and that allowed us to extract the brass from the chamber. Now that we had the cleaning rod with us and the chamber was clear, we at least could fire another round, and if it got stuck, we could use the cleaning rod again, basically turning my gun into a musket. Thankfully, on that last day of the hunt, we became successful. If it wasn't for that air support and that dropped cleaning rod, we wouldn't have been able to get a goat that week. And it would have been all because of this one round. So once I got back from the hunt, it was my job to figure out why that happened and make sure that it never happened again. The rifle I had on the hunt is a Browning X-Bolt Mountain Pro, chambered in 300 PRC. There are two things I want to check: the bolt of the rifle, as well as the ammo that we were using. So I'm going to pop the bolt out. On this gun and many guns, there's a little release for the bolt. If you hold that down, the bolt will slide right out. Let me first teach you a little bit about the bolt and how it works. The bolt face is what interacts with the ammo. When the bolt pushes around into the chamber, the rim or the lip around the brass seats into the face of the bolt. You can almost hear a click when I do this. There are two movable parts on the bolt face: the extractor and the ejector. The extractor is this little claw on the side. It moves ever so slightly. It has a little lip in it to get underneath the ridge on the end of the brass. And that's to help, once it's seated, to pull it out from the chamber. The ejector is this little cylinder right next to where the firing pin will poke out. When the brass is seated into the bolt face, the ejector is pushing outward on the brass. And when the extractor and the ejector are working together, when you pull around out of the chamber by pulling the bolt back, you'll expose the brass to the ejection port on the side of the rifle, and the round will kick. We looked at this in the field and we didn't see any red flags, but just to be sure, I went to Cabela's and looked at a new X-Bolt, and the bolt face of that did not look any different from this. So I'm kind of skipping the bolt as being the problem, and maybe it's the ammo. We looked at this round in the field a lot to see if we could learn something. Was the outer diameter all deformed, or maybe bigger than it should be? Was there obvious face hits in the face of the brass where there was scraping or gouging or something? Just something to tell us what might have been going on. Comparing the problem shell to previous range shells, the only difference between these two is we fired this one multiple times, so the firing pin has struck this primer and deformed it a little bit, whereas this top one has only been hit by the firing pin once. Moving forward on my troubleshooting, I'm working from a couple of assumptions. And one of them is that my bolt face, extractor, and ejector are not broken. I've also looked at the chamber and the barrel and cleaned this rifle, and there's no carbon rings, there's no weird stuff going on in there. It seems like there's nothing wrong with the gun. So assumption number one is not the gun, it must be the ammo. To be thorough in testing ammo, I bought 4 different boxes of ammo, and this is what I'm going to bring to the range. Here I am at Rabbit Creek Range in Anchorage, Alaska. I've set up in a nice stable position using a lot of sandbags underneath my buttstock. I'm going to take 3 shots each of the 4 different types of ammo. All shots will be taken at 100 yards, and I'll make sure that there's plenty of time for the rifle to cool between shots. The muzzle velocity of each shot was measured using a chronograph. 3 out of the 4 boxes of ammo cycled smoothly, and I didn't notice any difference. One type of ammo, however, was sticky on the extraction, and it happened to be the ammo that I had a problem with on my hunt. Yep, face shots. There are 3 noteworthy pieces of information I got from this range day. Average velocity for 4 different types of ammo, the deviation on that velocity, and the grouping that I could shoot with each. Yes, there's a little human in the loop on this, but all 12 of these shots felt really smooth, I took my time, and I was confident when I pulled the trigger. Noteworthy in these results, the Berger ammo was very consistent in its muzzle velocity. That's really important in being able to dial at long distances and be confident in hitting your target. The average velocity of the Outfitter ammo was superior to all the other 3, which that makes sense, it's a lighter bullet. It also had really great deviation of that velocity. The Outfitter ammo also grouped quite well. The Hornady match ammo shot relatively good, allowing me to stack 2 bullets in one hole. And the outlier in this is the Precision Hunter, which happened to be the ammo that I used on my hunt. I was surprised at the deviation of velocity. It was quite widespread with this Precision Hunter. I've now shot through 2 boxes of this in experimental mode, and I made sure that the lot number was different than the first box. That way, there's a little bit less of a control between one and the other, and it can just be this type of ammo in general. Here are 6 shells from that new box of ammo. Each one, the bolt was a little sticky as I was coming back. They all extracted, but look at the face of them. You can see the ejector left a dimple mark in each one of the pieces of brass on the face of it. To eject around, you rotate the bolt. And when you do that, the bolt slightly moves to the rear of the rifle. That pulls that round out of the chamber. So it's in that rotation, that little movement, that's what gets the round out of the chamber. And it's the rotation of the bolt and pressure from the ejector that's causing these little markings on the tops of the brass. That's telling me that the brass is in the chamber really tightly, and when it does that rotation, the ejector is actually dragging into the brass. Now I want to be clear, it's not that Precision Hunter is a bad round. A lot of people use it, and a lot of people have success with it. It's just my rifle, for whatever reason, doesn't enjoy it and doesn't shoot well with it. If you're planning a big trip, maybe even a really expensive one, like an out-of-stater coming up to hunt Alaska, make sure you have your stuff dialed in. And to do that, practice a lot at the range. It's not just practice for you, but it's also trying out your equipment and making sure you're going to be ready when you're on the big hunt. Once you've found ammo that you think your gun and you work well with, buy a couple boxes of the same lot of that ammo. And that way you're going to have less variables between each round. For me, I know that I'm going to use Berger or the Hornady Outfitter moving forward. If you have information on why this ammo in particular isn't working for me, other than maybe the brass is just soft, it's just different brass, let me know in the comments because I'd love to keep troubleshooting. Cheers. If you want to see the full story of the goat hunt, I have a video on that. Click the link down in the description and check that out after this video.